Lesson 3 is getting into converting unit rates, and you're going to be using quite a bit of your cross canceling that we've been working with. And that's because when you multiply a number like a fraction form times its reciprocal, it eliminates the values by cross canceling, which we've been practicing for a couple weeks now. And so in the case of unit rates and converting from different measures, and you're going to be doing a lot of this throughout the rest of your life, actually, because you can convert any measures you need to. But in the case of the first example, it says the speed limit on the interstate is 65 miles per hour, which is a unit rate, 65 miles over hour, 1 hour. How many feet per minute is the speed? And so a lot of people would say, well, miles per hour is all we measure, but if I want to go how many feet can I go in a minute's length of time, I'm going to use cross canceling and what I know about reciprocals to cancel values out so I can convert the measures. So today is going to be a lot about using your also your formula chart, which is found in the front of your journal, and you're going to want to pull that out. So let's take a look at question 1. It says convert each rate. It is a rate, it is a comparison, and it's actually already in its unit rate form. And so the way we're going to set these problems up is kind of like a little table going across. And we're going to be doing what I call cross-canceling across like we did with multiplication. So I want you to know that we've got 10 miles in 1 hour's length of time. That is what that unit rate is saying. So 10 miles in 1 hour. I want to convert this to feet minute. And this is where students have a really hard time. So what I try to say to you is which value stayed the same or did either one stay the same? In the case of miles, it converted to feet, so it didn't stay the same on top. And the hours became minutes on the bottom, so it changed. So we're going to have to do 2 changes with this rate to get it to feet in a minute. And so what I always say is start with the top. What do I want on top? I want feet. So I'm going to put feet here. And all you do is say I want to go from miles to feet. Now you can't convert both feet and minute all at the same time. You got to take your time. You can only do one thing at a time. So we're going to leave this feet. And then we say, okay, how many mile or how many feet make up a mile? And so I switch over to my journal and I look at my formula chart. And it should be in the front of your journal. If not, you can find the formula chart in the classroom. It's under the resources. And we're going to go over here and we're going to say, okay, how many feet does it take to make up a mile? Now, the problem is it tells me that 1 mile is 1,760 yards. And it says that there are 3 feet in every 1 yard. So you're actually having to multiply the number of yards times 3 feet to find out how many feet make a mile. So this is kind of tricky. We're going to take the 1760 and we're going to multiply it by 3. So you might want to put this on your page because this is going to pop up a lot. So 1 mile is equal to, I'm going to take, and we're going to figure out how many feet. So a little bit of conversion here, 1760 times 3 should allow me to convert it. So I'm going to multiply here. And I'm going to get 5,280 feet a mile. And you might as well put it right here on the sheet because I guarantee you you're going to repeatedly use this. And it's not on your formula chart because it only tells you how many yards make up a mile and then how many feet make up a yard. So you've got to do multiplication there. So I am going to be converting to feet here. And I'm going to say, okay, if I have a mile, so I'm trying to get rid of miles, so my miles go down here. I want feet on the top. I want to get rid of the miles, so they're going to go across from each other. And think of this as multiplying fractions, which is no problem, top times top, bottom times bottom. But what this allows me to do is cancel out. And what I'm trying to cancel out is the units. I want to get rid of miles. I want feet on top. So boom, now I got feet on top. The one thing you have to fill in is the chart though. So 1 mile's distance is 5,280 feet per 1 mile, and that is a unit rate. So I use this to cancel out the miles. So far, I'm going to be multiplying 10 times 5,280, and it's all going to be over 1 hour because 1 hour times 1 is just 1. So I want my feet on top. I got it there. I now want to get my minutes on the bottom. In order to get the minutes on the bottom, I have to get rid of the hours that's on the bottom. So I'm going to put hours up here. And we say, okay, how many minutes make up an hour? Well, it's 60 minutes in 1 hour span of time. And I know this is confusing for some of you, but it's 60 minutes in 1 hour, not 60 hours in 1 minute. That doesn't make any sense. But my hours cross out here and here. And remember, we can cross out across from each other as long as they're opposite denominator and numerator, because it's all top times tops and all bottom times bottoms. So now we're to a problem where it's 1 times 1 times 60 on the bottom, and we've got 10 times 5,280. So if you want to write this out, 5,280 times 10 all over 60. And I've already got my units down to where all I have is feet per minute, and that's exactly what I want, feet per minute. So yay, I did what I wanted to do. A lot of cross canceling you can do here. You can divide by power of 10 on top and bottom. You can't do it in both places, but you can do it in one. And basically that leaves me 5,280 times 1, which is itself, and then divide by 6. So I'm going to take 5,280 and divide by 6. So 6 goes in 8 times, which is 48, which is 4. And I bring down the 8, and it goes, oh, 8 times is 48. And I have 1 0 left, and of course it doesn't go into that, but I have to have it as a placeholder. So it's 880 feet per minute. So this is my final unit rate written in feet per minute instead of miles per hour. So that means I can travel 880 feet, distance of feet, in 1 minute of time. All right, let's go over to number 2. It says I have 35 centimeters per second, and I want to convert to meters per minute. And be careful with just one M there. It's not millimeters, it's just meters. So we're going to go over here and make our table again. And we've got 35 centimeters and 1 second of time. And you're probably wondering, why is it 1? Well, it's per second. That's understood to be 1 second of time. I want the meters to be on top, so I'm going to put it on top. And how many centimeters make up a meter? So we're going to go back over to our chart. We're going to look up how many centimeters make up a meter. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to look at my conversion chart. And it says 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. I don't want that. It says 1 meter stick is 100 centimeters. So that's what I want right there. 1 meter stick is 100 centimeters. So I'm going to go back over here to my 1 meter. I'm going to say 1 meter is 100 centimeters in real life. Perfect. I've got my numbers in. My centimeters are going to cancel out like I want them to. And now I'm going to convert to minutes on the bottom. So I want minutes on the bottom. That means I got to get rid of seconds. So it's going to go on top. So how many seconds make a minute? It's 60 seconds in a minute. So far, so good. And then we say, okay, I can cross off my seconds. Boom, they're gone. And I get left with my meters per minute, which is what I want to have happen. So the numbers I have, and I'll just write it out, is 35 times 60 over 100 times 1. And I really don't need the 1 because anything times 1 is itself. I can cross off up 1 power of 10 on top and bottom. That's like dividing top and bottom by 10. This will give me 35 times 6 over 10. 35 times 6, so here we go, is 210. And then I'm going to divide by 10. And then you can cross off another power of a set of powers of 10 there. And you wind up just getting 21, or 21 over 1. So my answer here would be 21 meters per minute. So I can go 35 centimeters in a second, or 21 meters in a minute's length of time. So this is what we call converting unit rates to different units of measure. I'm going to go ahead and jump down to question number 4. I'm going to skip 3 for now. Tina walks at a rate of 180 feet per 1 minute, and it doesn't say 1, but it's understood 1 minute if it doesn't say it. That's called a unit rate. I am going to be converting this, and it says how many feet per second. Feet per second. So notice it wants feet on top. I already have feet on top, so I don't need to put feet up top. It's already there. Good. I don't have to convert that one. But then it says per second. That means I want second to be where it says per second. I want second to be on the bottom because feet per second looks like this. And I have over here feet per minute in this situation over here. Whoops, sorry, I'm shaking that. So the feet staying the same, I don't need to convert it. So I only have to get the seconds down here. So of course I need to get rid of minutes. So they're gonna go across from each other. And how many seconds in a minute? We said there's 60 seconds in a minute. And I just do top times top. That's 180 times 1 is 180. Bottom times bottom, 1 times 60 is 60. And I cross cancel. And 6 goes into 18 3 times. So that's 3 feet per second when originally I had 180 feet per minute. That's 3 feet per second. Wow, she's walking pretty fast. Last problem we're going to try here. A car is traveling at a rate of 55 miles per 1 hour. How do I know it's 1? Because it doesn't say, it doesn't specify it's per hour. It's understood to be 1 as a unit rate. It says how many feet, and I want to convert this to feet per hour. So again, the hour is on the bottom, and I want the hour on the bottom, so I don't have to do anything to the hours. I just need to convert the miles to feet, and I want the feet on top. So I want to get rid of the miles down here. So how many feet make a mile? We should know that from this right up here, 5,280. And that's a number you're going to get a little familiar with in on this chapter. And so if you notice, there's no cross canceling except for the miles. I can't cross cancel. I can't reduce anything. So it's winding up just being 55 times 5,280 all over the value of 1 times 1, which is 1. So we're really just multiplying 5,280 times 55. So we have a 4-digit by 2-digit. 0 5s is 0, 5 8s is 40, carry 4, 10 and 4 is 14, 25 and 1 is 26. Hug, kiss. We got 5 0s is 0, 5 8s is 40, carry 4, 10 and 4 is 14, carry 1, 25 and 1 is 26. Just a reminder, multiplying by 2 digits that are identical, that both rows should look identical. Just shifted 1 to the left on this value because of your power of 10. And that should be it. I can put a comma in. That's 290,400 feet per hour. Wow. So if you're traveling 55 miles an hour in a car, you are traveling 290,400 feet. That's measured in your, like your foot almost, per hour. And I am just going to write that as a rate, foot per hour, and we are done. So that is it for converting unit rates. You're going to need to keep practicing with this. This does take a little time to get used to. Just a reminder to start off, and I'll go back up to this example up here at the beginning that we didn't talk about, but start with, okay, this is what I have, and I'm sorry, this 65 miles an hour is what I have, and then I'm going to multiply and get rid of the miles right here and here so I can get a feet on the top. So then you have to know how many feet make up a mile. And then of course, if I want feet per minute, I would have to get rid of my hours here to get my minutes on the bottom. So try to get whatever you want on top first, eliminating one of the units across, and then try to get what you want on the bottom, eliminating the 2 units across here. And occasionally, like the problems, two problems done down here, you only have to convert 1 time, not twice. And sometimes you have to go 3 or 4 times. So that's it right now for converting unit rates. We are going to practice this a couple days, so we'll get some practice in on it, and y'all take care.